All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the 90-day business launch call. We are here again. It is Wednesday, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're here every single week, and we're doing it for 90 days. So we are excited to be back. We have a lot of exciting information. We, of course, want to see you guys in the chat group. So let us know where you're coming in from. We've got people coming in from California. Shout out to Dee Dee Black, first one in the comments from California. But we're seeing people jump in from all over the place: Canada, Bakersfield, Hawaii, Richmond, Virginia, all kinds of people coming in. Remember to use that chat. I'm going to say this again because I say it at the beginning of every call. If you look at your chat and it says all panelists in that little blue section there, change that to all panelists and attendees. That way all the attendees can see what you're saying, not just us panelists, and you can share your thoughts and your excitement with everybody on the call. So we have a nice dialogue going here. We have some exciting guest speakers today. We're going to talk about those guests in just a moment here. But we also have some other news that we want to talk about. So we're going to give it one more second for everyone to jump on here. Just shout out to people from Las Vegas, Helena, Montana, South Dakota, Alberta. We've got Canada in the house. Everybody's jumping on right now. Thank you so much. It's so fun to see everybody on these calls, and we love this series that we're doing, the 90-day business launch. So transforming your business in the next 90 days. We started this right after convention, and we're going to run it through the month of August. So that's what's happening. I want to talk about last week. All right. So last week we did a challenge week. We told you at the beginning of this 90-day business launch, these calls, that we would do challenge weeks. And in those challenge weeks, you could earn certain prizes, or we would do something fun during those challenge weeks. So this last challenge week, we did two different prizes. We said the top Drive with 5 teams who had the most points during the week would be getting free convention tickets for all 5 of the Drive with 5 team members. And we said we would do that for the top 3 teams. So we're giving convention tickets to the top 3 Drive with 5 teams. And then we have AirPods Pro that we were giving to the top 3 individual point earners in the Drive with 5. So we are here to announce those winners. The top teams, each team member receiving a convention ticket, a free convention ticket to the next convention. The first team is BTT, led by Kayhan Boleli. Congratulations to you. You're all getting free convention tickets. We'll get those loaded into your back office, so you will not have to worry about that. Congratulations to BTT. In the chat group, let people know that you're excited for them. Congratulate them on what they're doing. We have some great things happening here, so congratulations to BTT. Second team earning those free convention tickets, Team Triumph. Team Triumph, led by Saran Kong and Shani Benishai. Congratulations to Team Triumph. You're also getting free convention tickets for each member of your team. And the third team from French Polynesia, the Smart 5, led by Moananui Amaru. Congratulations to you. You're getting free convention tickets also, which is great because I'm sure those flights from French Polynesia are not cheap. So we're so excited to have you there. Those are our top 3 winners for the convention tickets. Now we have 3 individuals who are winning these AirPods Pro. So without further ado, our top 3 individuals from Team Triumph, Sydney Wilson, congratulations. You just earned brand new AirPods Pro. From United Front, Julie DeMarney, congratulations, Julie. You just earned some AirPods Pro. And last but not least, from Girls on Fire, Mrs. Azelma Booker. Congratulations to you. You also just earned yourself a pair of these. We will get these sent out very shortly. Congratulations. It's so fun to have these challenge weeks and to be able to give out these prizes to these individuals. And we will do more of these. So we're excited for what's happening on this call. We're excited for what's moving forward. I do want to tell you, stay tuned for after our guest speakers, because we have a message from our president, Mr. Travis Garza. We might have a little surprise in store for all of you on this call. So stay tuned for Mr. Travis Garza at the end of this call. But we are so excited about these trainers that we have on today. We have been through this path of leading you through from your why onto belief in yourself, onto approaching people, and then the presentation. And now we're talking about how to get people started, the right way. And these next two trainers are incredible at plugging people into a system and having something that they do every single time to make sure that their team, their new members, get started the right way. They're amazing individuals. They're family individuals. I was looking at a picture of them last night, and they have all these kids and grandkids, and it's so fun to see them. They're very family focused, but they're also incredible leaders, and they're leading a very fast moving team. So I want to welcome to the call Top Producing Diamonds, Paul and Kelly Vorwaller.
Thank you, Mr. Stephenson. We're excited to be able to be a part of this program today and share with you what we have learned, what we have been working with our team on, and what we're being influenced and taught by our leadership within our organization. So Kelly and I have been in the company for about 18 months now, just a little over 18 months, I believe now. We are in a great situation. Obviously, Skylar said that we have a family of 7 kids, or a large family, he said, but 7 children is a number of kids that we have, with 2 grandchildren and 1 on the way, and life is awesome. We started as a result of, we weren't really looking for anything. 2 years ago, I had a tumor on my spine that the doctors found through the radiation treatment, all of that. We had some health issues, and thank goodness these products came into our lives, and it has blessed our lives. We have had such an improvement in the way that we feel. My results that it's done for me health-wise has been phenomenal. So we're excited. We're a part of this company. I'm going to just let Kelly give a little bit of her background. My background is as a financial advisor, business trainer. I've been in this field around network marketing as well, and it's been an incredible experience for me to learn the power of this industry. And it brings with it a lot of perspective that we want to share with you. And Kel, if you want to share yours.
Sure. So my background is not in financial advising. I was a stay-at-home mom for 24 years and then became a lunch lady, the kitchen manager of my kids' school for a couple of years when my youngest finally went into 1st grade. My role here is to experience he's taken understanding of this industry, and for me it's been a jump into it and let's get going, because we could see the vision of what this could be. And anyways, we're here to help everyone. If you have the skills, great. If you're learning the skills, great.
You know, one of the things that we have seen across the board, and the beauty about not just this industry, but specifically Kyani and the culture that's here, is that it doesn't matter what your background is. The reason we wanted to share a little bit of diversity between the two of us on our background is because a lot of times people will look at leaders and say, I can't do what they can do. I don't have the experience that they have, and they'll use that as their reason to not really give their best, right? The whole reason I'm in this industry or in this company with Kyani is because of this lady right here. It was the first 30 days and then the next 30 days, and I saw her absolute conviction to what this was about and what she was determined to do. And once we saw what this platform could provide for not just like an opportunity for income, but a legacy for our family, we were not in a position financially where we needed to make a change. We were happy that way and we were progressing, but time-wise, and family-wise, it was very difficult from a standpoint of I was working all the time. And so what this provided for us is that opportunity as a family to have more time, and we have more time now than we've ever had with our family.
It's been a huge blessing. Any of you that have children that are teenagers, it's a huge blessing to have the influence of their father at home with them. And that's what we've had during these last 18 months. It's been a huge blessing on every level, but especially those teenage years. It's been great.
So what we want to share with you is we want to treat this like we're talking to our team, and what we train and what we try to focus on to help all of our people in our organization, our leaders, our people that are brand new, what do we teach them? How do we help them win? And hopefully there's some nuggets here or there that you can take and implement into your business that might be able to improve it. To do that, we want to start with a foundation. So what changed our lives, when we were in our late 20s, we made a decision that we had to take ownership of what our future looked like. We were working hard, we were giving our best effort trying to save, and it just wasn't working out. And we made a decision at that point. It was one evening when they were doing a manhunt in our yard. We realized we needed to change something. And so literally they were doing that. And that really was a moment of decision for us. We had no idea what to do, but we knew we needed to do it. And so we just started working hard. And as a result of that, a few years later, we had some openings where I became a trainer. I became a trainer at a company called Franklin Covey and another one called Rich Dad Poor Dad, or just called Rich Dad, but most people know it Rich Dad Poor Dad. And it changed the way that we thought about business, changed the way we thought about finance. And when we came and saw this platform with Kyani, we realized this fit all the boxes. With the background of working in that field of advising financially and advising and training on business and helping people move into business areas, this checks every box, and it is incredibly rare to find something that checks all the boxes. So we're going to share our screen for just a minute and then come back. Oh, Skylar, maybe you can allow us to share our screen if we can. If not, we'll just talk through this, which is no problem. So as we had that shift, what really was the foundation, thank you, Skylar, we'll go ahead and pull this up, you guys. We shared this in the Team Fusion regional that we were just a part of a little bit ago, and we want to share it with all of you in Kyani from a standpoint of what we call the cash flow quadrant. So this is really where all of us earn our income, and to us, this is the basis of really understanding how do I go about this business? How do I go about learning what I need to do and how I need to think? And all of us earn income from one or more of these categories as employees, as self-employed people, as business owners, and as investors. So when we look at, if I can get that, there we go. When we look at the left side of this quadrant, employee and self-employed, this is what we call active income. Active income means I have to actively work, and if I stop, it stops. On the right side, this is passive income, where the assets or the systems continue to operate independent of me. Now, understand, there are very few investors and business owners that don't have their hands in the game at some point or on a regular basis to monitor and work it. So don't look at this as, hey, I'm going to build it up to a certain point. I'm going to completely step back away from it and then hands off. I don't have to ever do anything again. That's not truly what a passive income means. It means that for the most part, I can do anything I want, when I want, anywhere I want, and I can manage it at a high level, a low level, or anything in between, right? That's what it means. So really, as we start into this business, most people are coming from this employee way of thinking. Kelly, do you want to elaborate at all?
Yeah, so most of us are trained from the time that we're little to follow instructions. Go from A to B, get it done. Grade school, right? You do this assignment, do it this way, you get this grade. You work this many hours for this much money, you have this result. And so we haven't learned, a lot of us, how to be creative in our thinking and in our actions. And so employee mindset is just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And hold me accountable while I'm doing it, or I won't do it.
Yeah, it's also the shift going, how do I become successful in those other quadrants? Is in the employee mindset, it's easy to say, if I do this activity, I get this result. If I put in this many hours, I'm going to get this much pay. And it's a very direct link, right? Where when you venture into self-employed, there's no direct link there. And that's the hardest part for people. So we want to understand, as new partners come in, as you're working with us as a new partner, or you've been with us for a while, you have to embrace this idea that there's no direct link between effort and the reward I'm looking for. There's all kinds of rewards, but financially, it's not going to happen the same way it happens in the employee. And it becomes an emotional change shift that people need to understand. So this is the foundation as to how do I really build in the first 30 days, how to get somebody started, how to get myself started, is understanding this is what people go through. This is what you go through. So if you felt this like stepping off the cliff almost feeling where, man, I don't know if I can win at this because there's no direct result that I can connect to the effort that's securely fixed, right? And that's where we need to understand and make sure people are experiencing or know that people are experiencing this. Okay, now, the other thing we want to get at when we talk about self-employed, the difference between being self-employed and a business owner is simply that systems run the business on the right side. In the self-employed, it's all around me. I'm the one who runs it, not the system running it. And it's so easy to get caught up in that. So when you look at, okay, I'm now a part of this company, part of this incredible opportunity, we want people to understand this point right here. If you don't, let's help clarify it. And that is, when you are starting here, you start self-employed. That means if I don't do anything, nothing happens. So I have to learn, what does it take to get results, number one, but number two, I need to be very precise in running the system, because the system runs the business. We have a lot of people say to us, Gall, I just don't know if I can build it. It's scary, the idea of building this great big team. I can't manage a big team. Well, you don't have to. If you precisely run and teach the system runs the team. The system runs the business, but you deviate from the system and then everything falls apart from a duplication, building a team standpoint. So if you're going to build a business, you must be precise in learning and running the system. Then you can become the person to duplicate in the way that you run it, through your example, through what you teach. Now it can spread to where the system runs the operation for you, right? And takes the pressure off of you. So that's all we're going to go over right here. But we wanted to lay that foundation because we believe that if you are looking at it with the right perspective, then you understand why it's so critical to follow these next steps that we want to share with you on what we teach our team. So from a system standpoint, what is the system in our company? Well, this is what we teach our team. The promotion of Jade through an organic power play is our system. So what does that really mean? Yeah, we have such a beautiful system that people can honestly get pushed up to Jade. That doesn't mean they've learned anything. If you want to really build a business, you run a system that gets you to Jade. You focus on power play. That's kind of the brick, that if you can mold and create the brick and then teach people to duplicate the brick, you can build a building. So when you look at this business, really, we are a 30-day business. And it is that focused and dialed in and simple from a standpoint of what do I need to focus on. So that 30-day startup process, by the way, everybody, you can start your 30-day startup anytime. You don't have to be brand new, right, Kel? Anytime. So wherever you're at in the business, we are looking to start another 30-day startup. And if we have time, we might give you a couple secrets on really what we think will make it blow up for you. But the focus in the beginning is the system is helping somebody go from today over the next 30 days, hitting a power play to Jade. Now, it doesn't matter what rank you are, that is our system. Once you've hit that, then you duplicate that with everybody going forward. So when we talk about this business, know that the simplicity of it doesn't make it easy, but the simplicity of it keeps the focus on what the right activity is. So if somebody can come into this and know, what do I need to really do to build a great business, and they have an idea, okay, if I can learn these steps in the next 30 days, I can build an incredible business. That gives some clarity as to how to help them move forward.
There's also the point of most people, when they come into this, they are of the employee mindset. And so there's some skills that they need to learn in order to be successful. And a lot of times the fears, because there's so much to learn, so much information, products, all of that. But in the beginning, you don't need to do that. And I think that's the part you need to remember is I need to learn this, and then it will add up as you go. but your team is there to support you. So you're not in it alone. That's the one thing that makes a huge difference is when you first come in, you're a part of a group. You're not just sent out and expected to figure it out. You have a chain of solutions. You have a family there. You have somebody that's willing to sit with you and teach you those things. So you don't have to have fear because it's not all on you. You can trust in your leaders, trust in your team, combine together to make this effort. And so that's one of the things that we like to do is make sure that our new partners, we can calm those fears and help give them direction in small bite-sized pieces rather than the whole thing all at once.
Thank you. For leaders, it is important to understand that launching somebody is a process, not an event. So when somebody starts, the system says you need to launch them within the first 72 hours on the outside, sooner if you can. You want to prep them for that launch, have them go through the Kyani Pro app, make sure that they have their partner, their prospects written down, they're defined what their goals are, right? That's prepping for the launch. That launch is not the process. That launch is a step in the process. So when we talk about a process, frankly, the process is, if we're going to launch somebody the right way, the process is for somebody that wants it, day one to power play. That's the launch process, is helping them through that process. So you, as a trainer, your whole focus is how quickly can we help somebody get a power play? Now, what we have seen in our team is that if somebody runs the system, they're working in more qualified markets, people that can take action type of markets. They're getting people in front of the information or the information in front of the people, and then passing them to a leader on a three-way call. Here's what we have learned for our team. And that is, if somebody does 15 three-way calls with the right follow-up, they will do a power play on average, or at least it puts them in the game to have a shot at doing a power play. So our focus with somebody is not, hey, let's just go out and do all this. We want a specific strategy. And that is, look, if we can help you, if you do the work, we'll do it with you, not for you, and get 15 people on a three-way call or in front of a leader over the next 3 weeks, you've got a really good shot at doing a power play if you learn how to follow up properly. So you want to hit on that on the BAM fam?
Yeah, so here's an interesting thing. With that system that we put in place with our team, the 15 equals 6, that's what we call it. You have, if you were to contact this many people, right, and then you get 15 on a three-way, not all 15 people will jump at it at that time. So it's a process of planting seeds, and then when you go back and follow up, now those seeds have started to grow and produce, and some of them will be ready to jump in at that time. And so it's the follow-up that brings them into this thing. But there's information that they receive in the beginning that they have to weigh and think about and process in their minds. And so usually it doesn't happen on the first time. But if you contact those people and you have 15 of them in your active pipeline, now you can go back and pull a bunch of them in with you. It's creating a flow or a pull that pulls people in. And then the BAM fam is to book a meeting from a meeting, meaning that you don't ever end a conversation without a, hey, we're going to get back together at this time. You can do the same thing with your partners. It's not just your customers or prospective partners, but it is your business. So when you give an assignment to somebody on your team, you also want to BAM fam with your team, and you say, okay, this is what we're going to do A, B, and C. Now we will meet back at this time, and we want you to report on how that went or where that progress is coming from.
So it looks like we're out of time. We appreciate being able to share a few things with you. We'll give you just one last secret that we feel has made a big difference for us. This business loves speed. Momentum is the key to building a team, building your business, and momentum loves speed. So if you want to really do this, our recommendation is you do multiple 30-day starts, restart, relaunch yourself multiple times. And instead of doing just 15 three-ways, especially if you're getting experiences, go for 30 in a month. Go for 30 three-ways, 20 three-ways, whatever it is, and surge. And you surge So the key is build up your pipeline of people that are actively looking at the business until you get one, and then you leverage, right? And you sweep in as many as can be swept in, and you have this surge of new people coming into that leg. And then you build that leg, you drive with your leadership down that leg and build that momentum. And then you run another surge for another 30 days where you do another 20 to 30. You want to maintain activity through your career, but these surges are what really create the momentum in that leg. And then you run this startup process with everybody new, help them identify clearly, hey, doing a power play to Jade is how you build this business. You want to build a business, identify, are they in or what? And then you run with them and you get those 15 three-ways going as quickly as possible, or whether it's one-on-ones, videos, in person, whatever it is. And you build up that pipeline to where there's 15 people in that pipeline. As soon as one comes in, you sweep in as many as you can, you surge that leg, take your new people and do the same while you then surge the second wave into your second leg. And if you're willing to do that and do that 2 to 3 times, you're going to have an incredible business ahead of you. All right, back to you, Skylar. Thanks for letting us share.
Wow, I love that training. I think it's so powerful, and to hear you guys break down that system and how easy it really can be if you follow the system and duplicate the system. This is why we wanted to have them on. They're so good at implementing that within their team. Any of their team members will tell you the same thing. They break it down, they make it super simple, and that is absolutely the key for this business. So Paul and Kelly Vorwaller, thank you again for your knowledge, for everything that you provided today. If you enjoyed that training, please drop a 1 in the comments. Let them know that you absolutely loved the training that they did. I know that I did. I took a lot of notes. So thank you again so much for that training. Now, at the beginning of the call, we did say that we would have a special message, that we might have a little surprise in store for you. So to help me introduce that, I would like to bring onto the call our president, Mr. Travis Garza. Travis, are you there?
I am here, and I apologize. Carl and I were talking about the presentation. We were saying, man, business loves speed. Paul and Kelly, thank you so much. You have to have these surges into the first leg and second leg. And I really, really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that, Paul and Kelly. That was some fantastic training. I thought it was fantastic.
Absolutely. And I'm learning things every day. Paul and Kelly, thank you. You did a tremendous job there. And thank you for helping build our business in so many ways. Thank you.
Yeah, I was completely impressed. I was like, wow, I could listen to them all day long. Very good training. Now, we want to share something with you that we're excited about, and we hope that you stay online, because this is going to be, we're going to announce it here, and then everybody has a chance to participate, and we want to have a lot of fun. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share some things. But before we do that, you know, one of the things that I think about, and whether you're a millennial or a Gen Z, or you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, doesn't matter. Everybody remembers or knows about the 80s. They know about the 80s. They know, you know, what it was like. It was crazy time, crazy music, crazy hairdos. You know, people even had beards and so forth. The 80s were a crazy time.
I had 6 teenage daughters at the same time during the 80s. And I heated my house with electric curling iron. I walked into my bathroom one day that my teenagers were using, and there was a fly suspended in midair, stuck in all the hairspray. That's what I remember about the 80s.
Well, we are going to do something very unique, something that's never been done before at Kyani. We are going to have a party, a virtual party, and we are going to have an 80s party. So let me share my screen. I want to show you something very quickly. Let's see if I can get this to work. And I'm going to go like this. How many of you remember the 80s? Please give us a chat and let us know if you remember the 80s. How many of you remember that I had a girl that I had the crush on? And I think, you know, when you talk about your girls and the hair, I had the biggest crush on this girl. Her name was Joanne. She had the biggest hair. She had to have the biggest hair. And I remember the 80s. And so what we're going to do is we're going to throw out a contest. And Skylar's going to go over the contest. And what you have to do is you have to get active from today until next Tuesday, end of business. today through end of next Tuesday. You have to get active and you can participate. We're going to invite you to the 80s party. Now, I want to just give you a refresher. If you remember the 80s, it was a double denim. You not only wore denim pants, you wore denim shirts, you wore denim jacket. That was just the cool thing. I think we all remember that. There's Brad Pitt, that beautiful hair that he had. Carl and I know, and we miss beautiful hair. If you look at the next one, what the 80s, if you're a woman, you know what this looks like. And, you know, they had the pink everywhere. They had loose clothes. I mean, if you look at this, the socks that were high, we love the 80s. If you look at this, if you remember this, this was the suits, the suits. There's Run DMC, and now it's coming back, which is crazy. It's coming back, but you know, the 80s was full of just so many different styles. But one of my favorites that I like is the hairstyles. The person on the left, if you've been part of the 80s, you know what this is all about. The glamour shot in the middle there, she looks like she's in pain, but that was the cool thing. That was the cool thing. And then if you look at the right there, David Hasselhoff, look at him. I mean, that hair was every man's dream. And then the mullet, look at that mullet. That was pretty impressive as well. So we know that the 80s were a lot of fun time. Look at Tom Selleck and Magnum PI, the big printed t-shirts, the loose printed t-shirts were the 80s. And then of course, at Kyani, we are going to have our own party as well. So I want to share with everybody here that we're excited about this. And Skylar, will you go over what would they have to do? What do they have to do to join the Kyani 80s party, virtual 80s party, and be a part of this whole thing? We're going to give away a lot of money and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Not only are we going to have a lot of fun with this 80s party, but here's the thing. If you're coming to the 80s Zoom party, you need to come prepared. Don't show up in today's clothes. You got to show up in your 80s clothes. You got to show up in your 80s look. Whether you live through the 80s or not, you got to bring the 80s look. That's what we're looking for at this party. We're going to give away over $7,000 of prizes. Okay. So you want to be a part of this. We're going to give prizes for the best dressed, maybe the best mullet. I don't know. You might even see some pictures of Carl and Travis in the 80s. But we're going to give a lot of prizes. We're going to have some 80s trivia. We're going to have some Kyani trivia. It's going to be a party. Okay. But you have to qualify to be there. You've got to qualify. And it is a challenge week, which means you have from today through Tuesday to qualify for this party. Now, we're not making it extremely difficult, but we are asking you to get into action. So here's what you have to do to qualify. You have to enroll one business partner or one customer. One business partner or one customer, and you're invited to the 80s party. You can join us. You can be a part of that. You can win some of these prizes that we are giving out. One business partner or one customer. All right. All we're saying is that they have to purchase a product. Any product, purchase a product. And if you have a new business partner or customer, you get to be invited to the party. Now, there are some of you who are going to say, well, one's easy. I can do a lot more than that. And we hope that you do, because every business partner or customer beyond your first, you're getting your name put into a special drawing. And I'm telling you, the prize for that drawing is going to be, it's going to be good. So you want to make sure you're in that. So every enrollment, whether it's a partner or a customer beyond your first, you get another name into that drawing. So if you have 6 partners, then you have the first one that qualifies you for the party, and then you have 5 entries into that drawing. Okay, so that's what you have to do is today through next Tuesday at midnight. That's the challenge week. Travis, Carl, what else do you want to add to that?
Just want to say thank you. We are preparing for our 80s party. We want every single one of you there. Do me a favor. If we have all of you on the call, that's one thing, but let's have everybody on the call. Everybody should be participating. If you have an enrollment, you're going to get an invitation and be a part of this 80s party. $7,000 worth of cash and prizes we're going to be giving away. So we look forward to having you there.
I'll be there, and I'm anxious to see how all of you look.
All right, you guys.
All
Thank
right,
you.
everyone. We hope you have a great day. More information will be on Kyani North America for this, but have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.